All right. So the purpose of this presentation is just to give kind of a super quick Project 4 results. So remember Project 4, you were predicting danceability, and at the end there was a model competition. And so I ended up awarding the best models like a few extra credit points, and so that's what this Project 4 results presentation will cover. And so, just before we kind of started with that, just wanted to give you a brief reasoning for why I had you submit those .rds files, even though we haven't worked with those before. That's just so that I could read in all of your predictions easily. You might imagine that I don't want to like type read CSV for every single person's prediction. And so this is one way that you could kind of accommodate that and just kind of loop through all of your .rds files. All right, and so we're going to go through a few metrics first, and I know not all of you know each other, but I know that many of you know people in the class, and so you'll just kind of have to bear with this part. It's a little odd not doing it with like people's faces around or whatever, but it's fine. We'll go through the 4 of the metrics one by one, and then we'll go through overall. And so the best model for root mean square prediction error went to Brian Gannon. Wait, I've got... Hopefully that shows up well in the video. It's too painful for me to watch myself, so I'll never know. But I did download an applause app on my phone just for this occasion. This is just a graph of all the root mean square prediction errors showing that most of you did pretty well and that at the top they were very, very close. The best model for the mean absolute error also went to Brian Gannon. Oh, I really hope the applause shows up in the video. The best model for the mean of the residuals went to Xiao Luo. Very well done, very well done. The model that had the smallest worst prediction went to Eric Mairano. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulty there. And so what I did to kind of rank everyone then was I ranked all of your models for 5 of our metrics, and then I assigned different weights to those metrics because some of them are kind of more important and more commonly used than others. In particular, this 4th rank was the mean absolute error. And so that's very, very common. The root mean square prediction error is also a very common metric. And then that's kind of where your competition grade for this project ended up coming from. And so in 5th and 4th, we had the models from Emil Zetterquist and Max Hagen. In 3rd and 2nd, we had the models from Clara Munyai and Xiao Luo. I do apologize about the last names, by the way. I have a hard to pronounce last name, Hyam, so I'm sensitive to it. And then I've got special applause for the winner, Brian Gannon. Woo! Okay, so this is cracking me up to make. There's Surprise Lady from SNL, one of my favorites. And so just a couple things about what worked. Some things that like the top models usually had was a tempo squared term, and you could kind of see it in this graph that there is this kind of sweet spot for danceability when it comes to tempo, which might make intuitive sense, like songs that are too slow aren't really that danceable, and also songs that are like really, really fast also might not be danceable either, so there's this kind of sweet spot. There was also usually some sort of interaction involving speechiness. I think the most common was an interaction between speechiness and whether or not the song was explicit. And so you could kind of see evidence for that in this graph. And I'm kind of thinking about it like the newer rap songs, which tend to be more explicit, and speechiness kind of is a proxy for like whether a song is rap or hip hop. Those might have a completely different relationship with danceability than like 90s rap, which tended to not really be explicit, but it's still kind of speechy. And I think 90s rap, most people would think is a little bit more danceable than today's I'm not really that hip, whatever is happening today. Drake is probably the only rap artist I know. And so other things where a few people like missed something in their initial model and then just never included that as a predictor, and that kind of ended up hurting. But other than that, it's a little bit of luck, and that's about it. I know I have a lot of fun with these prediction-y type projects, so I hope you did as well. And you can feel free to let me know if you have any questions about this. Hope you enjoyed it and this somewhat awkward results presentation. So, yep. Have a good one.